Welcome to Breaking Free Speech, the official podcast of Breaking Free Skatepark, located in Rochester, New York. It is the largest indoor skate park in New York State. This is Breaking Free Speech. Oh, look at that intro music. We're ramping things up here. Dude. Taking your feedback, trying to improve the... I don't know what that noise was. Trying to improve the experience for you, the viewer and or listener. You may switch in between viewer and listener. You can do that. I'm fine with that. It's like eyes open, I'm watching. Eyes closed, I'm listening. Eyes open, I'm watching. Eyes closed, I'm listening. Right? You don't even got to switch between YouTube and iTunes or Google Play if you're one of those people with an Android. I'm pumped. Things are going smooth. I'm feeling it. Today we're going to talk about helmets. You know, you come in the skate park, you got to wear a helmet. It's really, really insane that there is even an argument about it. I get it. Some people are like, dude, I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to... That's all I hear. Anyone that argues, anyone that advocates anything other than protecting your brain is probably suffering from a brain injury, because that's how stupid that stance is. Stupid. If you're an adult, like, and you have a real life, and you're like, nah, I don't want to wear a helmet. God, that's dumb. Have you hit in your head? I wish I could have like a little wood, stick or something, or a wiffle ball bat, and someone's like, I don't want to wear a helmet, and I could just clock them on the side of the head and be like, did that hurt? Yeah. Would it have hurt if you had a helmet on? Maybe a little bit, but a whole lot less. It's just silly, and some people are just stuck in their ways, and they're going to be a jerk about it, and I'm just like, yo.
Don't be rude.
So wear your helmet, all right? Some of you, if you've been to my summer camps before, you'll know that there's differences between helmets. I'm going to speak to that a little bit. And to be honest, the science isn't exactly clear on how safe helmets can be, and that's probably because there's just such a plethora of ways to hurt yourself. Take me, for example. I've had a couple of concussions. My big ones, the reason I don't have any front teeth, my two big head whacks were both on my face. So if I had been wearing a full face helmet, I would have been in a lot better shape. Do I want to wear a full face helmet all the time? No. Should I? Probably. If I had a mouth guard on, would it have saved my front teeth? Maybe. I hit really hard, but it probably would have saved my teeth. Would a mouth guard have prevented the fact that I broke my nose, fractured my sinus, and my brain smashed into my skull? Because that's what a concussion is, The mouth guard wouldn't have prevented that. So the first thing in brain safety is to be smart and to be aware of your surroundings and the ramps you're riding and all those things, and to pay attention. A lot of people, myself included, the big injury happened when I was just messing around. It was just stupid, but it happened. You learn, I guess. So I want to point out first, there's really two injuries that can happen to your head, or your brain, your skull, etc. The whole thing, this noggin on top of your body. One is obviously the normal injury that can occur anywhere, which would be, a cut, some sort of laceration. You could gash it open, something like that. Below that, you have the skull. You could fracture the skull. This is all a matter. that these are kind of like structural issues. And then there's brain damage. The concussion happens when the brain hits the skull, right? So that's, you're traveling at a certain speed, you suddenly stop, and the stopping might be your face hitting the asphalt, which you may or may not remember because your brain is floating in some brain goo, and you're moving forward, you stop, the brain keeps moving forward in the goo, smushes up against your brain, the lights go out, little birds swirling over your head, and then you wake up and you're like, what year is it? Is it the 4th yet? And they're like, no, Mr. Jefferson, it's not. So that impact issue, that it's dealing with that impact is what separates helmets. So your standard skate helmet, I probably should have went downstairs and got my helmets for this, but you know what? I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause that, and I'm going to go grab my helmet. Ho! I'm back. Great, the timer resets. Now I don't know where I'm at with time. Whatever. All right, so your standard skate helmet right here. Oops, making a mess. This is your standard. This is a ProTech Bucky helmet. It's a cool helmet. A lot of people wear this helmet. It's a good looking helmet. Sell a lot of these helmets. This is your standard skate helmet, right? You all know them. Look at this. If you're watching, I'm squishing this helmet. See this? With my hands. So on a major hit, this ain't gonna do a whole lot for your brain, right? Look at all that flex. You blast something, they ain't doing shit for your skull. This is the pad in it. You can see this, I'm holding this up here. This is a foam pad. This is maybe 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8. Doesn't do a whole lot. The standard skate helmet will definitely prevent you, ripping your skull, like ripping the flesh open. It might even prevent a little bit of a skull fracture because it'll disperse a tiny bit of energy, but not going to do a whole lot. I only mandate normal skate helmets because my insurance at the skate park says, a standard safety helmet. It doesn't specify CPSC. If it specified CPSC, well, then there'd be a major issue, and that'd be really hard to enforce, but I would have to. So your second helmet, the safer helmet, is what would be up to a CPSC rating, okay? The CPSC helmets look exactly like the skate helmet, except for they have a harder foam inside of it. I'll give you some information on the CPSC. The CPSC is the Consumer Product Safety Commission. That sounds so legit, doesn't it? Wow. According to CPSC.gov, the CPSC is an independent federal regulatory agency formed in 1972 with a mission to protect the public against unreasonable risks of injury or death from consumer products through education, safety standards, regulation, and enforcement. We are a small agency with a large mission, and we work to ensure the safety of consumers every day. Wow. God, jeez.
That's beautiful. It's like poetry.
That's pretty good. Yeah, the libertarian in me would say, why the hell do we need this? And we need this because generally people can be pretty dumb. The reason the CPSC is there is because the same people that would argue I don't want to wear a CPSC helmet versus a regular helmet are the people that don't want to wear a helmet, period. Like, it's virtually impossible to manufacture an argument against protecting your brain. But that doesn't change the fact that most people just don't want to wear it. It doesn't look. It looks. It looks dumb. Like I can't film clips in the helmet. I'll look stupid, dude. The straps are annoying. Like it's distracting. It's like anything you could, and there's no argument.
You are fake news.
No argument at all.
You are fake news.
No argument. Doesn't mean people aren't going to argue it. That's why things like the CPSC needs to exist. So then insurance companies can say, well, you need to wear a helmet. You need a CPSC helmet. It'll prevent companies from making a helmet that looks to be safe that is, in fact, not safe. They do testing. So this is a CPSC helmet right here. This is actually a bike helmet. It doesn't. The shape doesn't make a difference. And I will say that this helmet, this cheesy looking helmet that every one of you probably hates, is better than any skate helmet in pretty much every single way except for the opinionated version of aesthetic. I'm going to hold this straight to the camera. Look straight on it. You see that? See all those holes? See all that airflow? This helmet is awesome. This helmet weighs literally nothing. It's 307 grams. I don't even know what that is in pounds. I could ask Siri. Siri, what's 307 grams in pounds?
It's 0.68 pounds.
Damn, this helmet is half a pound. That's light. The airflow is incredible. It has this little ratchet strap. Listen to that. I'm going to ratchet it for you. It's a nice snug feeling. The ratchet strap centers the head in the helmet. So, the idea of the CPSC helmet is that at a high impact, this foam, this hard foam, it's rigid, I can't flex it. It will break, and it will disperse in every direction, and that is going to eat the energy of the impact, which will reduce the energy of the impact of your brain against your skull. Now, that ratchet I just showed you, that thing ratchets down your head, holds it centered in the helmet. So then your head is only touching the top of the helmet. The sides are actually kind of like floating to some degree. So then you actually have a little more space between the hard foam and your head. Some helmets have an EBS liner. EBS liner. And that's the same idea, but even more so. The idea is anything you can put to slow the inertia of your head will reduce the impact on your brain. So this helmet is safer. It is cooler by temperature. Skate helmets are so hot. In the summertime in the skate park, when it's all warm, I actually wear this helmet because it's cooler. This is my mountain bike, road bike helmet. So, yeah. I'm going to give you a little more information on the CPSC and what they say about helmets. This is on cpsc.gov/safety-education/sports/fitness/n/regulations/bicycling. It's going to read you the whole URL. Type it in. Which helmet for which activity is the name of the article. It takes brains to be safe. Be smart and wear a helmet. With an exclamation point. It's great. Why are helmets so important? For many recreational activities, wearing a helmet can reduce the risk of severe head injury and even save your life. Wow. How does a helmet protect my head? During a typical fall or collision, much of the impact energy is absorbed by the helmet rather than your head and brain. Look at that. I knew that without even reading that. That's so cool, dude. I knew it. Here's where things get dicey, guys. Does this mean that helmets prevent concussions? No. No helmet design has been proven to prevent concussions. The materials that are used in most helmets today are engineered to absorb high impact energies and can reduce skull fractures and severe injuries. However, these materials have not been proven to counteract the energies believed to cause the concussion. Beware these claims are particular. Beware of claims that a particular helmet can reduce or prevent concussions. So, for liability reasons, they can't say it's really going to stop it from happening. And concussion is a blanket term. Anytime your brain whacks your skull, you can get a concussion without even whacking your head. And, a minor concussion may not even matter, They all matter, but there's a huge difference between a minor concussion and a major concussion. What the helmet is going to do is it's going to downgrade that impact. Like we said, it's going to absorb the impact, and it will minimize the impact of the brain to the skull. So basically, the science is not conclusive on how much it does, but it is conclusive that it does something, right? So people will try to weaponize that and be like, well, helmets don't even work. But honestly, most people that argue against wearing helmets aren't smart enough to research it and formulate an opinion other than, I just don't like it. There's actually a whole page, www.cdc.gov/concussions, for all kinds of information about concussions. So, and they say to protect against concussions and injuries, you need to play smart, learn the signs and symptoms of a concussion, or and so you can self-diagnose or diagnose someone else after they fall, and that'll really help you. Very valuable information. They say our helmets are all the same, and they're saying not exactly. The design of helmets, this CPSC bike helmet for mountain biking is maybe designed a little bit differently based on the sport. And I'd imagine that'd be relative to whether you're going to be likely to fall forwards or likely to fall backwards, right? How can I tell which helmet is the right helmet to use? They say look inside the helmet. I'm going to do so. And yet there's all kinds of stickers in here that say all kinds of stuff. What we got here? This helmet complies. Let me get a little more light in here. This helmet complies with U.S. CPSC safety standards for bicycle helmets and persons of the age of 5 and older. And there's a whole disclaimer about that. Now let's look at the, let's get this Bucky LASIK helmet. We're going to look at this one now. What does this say inside? It says it's a CLPE liner. And the sticker, here we go. It says, this product provides minimal protection against impacts, does not meet any established safety standards. Check your local safety laws for required helmet use. Not approved for the use. Wow, holy crap. This helmet is not approved for use in California or New Jersey. Wow. So I guess some states actually have legislation mandating CPSC helmets. So any of you guys, if you have a ProTech helmet, you should look in your helmet and see if it says that. Because I would imagine, if you did have a traumatic injury and you were wearing a helmet, your insurance company could ask what helmet it was. And if you were wearing a helmet that wasn't approved, they could use that as leverage against you to not cover your injuries. Because that's what insurance companies do, which is so scary. Are there helmets I can wear for more than one activity? Yes, but only a few. For example, you can wear a CPSC compliant bicycle helmet when bicycling, inline skating, roller skating, or riding a kick scooter or skateboard. There's a pamphlet online you could order. They'll send it to you for free with all of this information. Are there activities where I shouldn't wear a helmet? It says playgrounds, climbing trees, anything with a small child where the strap can get hooked and like... And obviously your helmet should fit properly. Anyone that's smart enough to wear a helmet should be smart enough to know what a proper fitting helmet looks and feels like. I give them the shake test. I go, shake your head. You go this. You shake your head up, and if the helmet jiggles around too much, then it's not safe. It should sit over your forehead. It should be snug. Yada, yada, yada. Also says you should replace your helmet after a major impact if it's a CPSC helmet. So I'm going to give you a little synopsis here. Oh, here's it. Also, it says a helmet should only last about 5 to 10 years because of UV radiation on the foam. It may lose its ability to protect to some degree. So this is what I tell people at the skate park. I'm going to give you a preface here and saying, I'm not a doctor. I've not studied helmets. This is just based on what I see in my opinion, and this is not advice. So I tell people helmet usage should absolutely be relative to what you're riding and you should be smart about it, right? So a CPSC helmet, which is designed to break and shatter and dissipate on a high energy crash. If you have a beginner rider who is on, say, roller skates or skateboarding, they may be riding at a pace which is so slow, you'll never break the foam, right? So that's not going to do anything. The skate helmet, being that it has soft, squishy foam, at a smaller impact, that is going to be more effective in eating energy, right? I don't know, what that means for the brain, really, because I'm not a neuroscientist or whatever the hell it is, but very low speed, I think the skate helmet is fine. Once you go beyond, if you're in the Main Street section at the skate park, if you're going down a ramp that's bigger than probably, I'd say once you're at the point where the ramps are 3 feet tall, your pace is fast enough that the inertia you've created is definitely strong enough to utilize the safety that a CPSC helmet offers you. And I abide by those rules. When I was younger and dumber, I didn't. But you grow up, you learn. And I usually use that rule of thumb. If I'm not moving, if I ride my bike, in a parking lot on a manual pad or something, saying no more than 6 inches off the ground and not moving, if I'm jibbing around on a little ledge, I don't always have my helmet on. I do at the skate park because those are the rules. That's what my insurance says. But I always bring my helmet when I go out riding. And if I take, I'd say if I have at least a full pedal crank in, I'm going fast enough where I don't feel safe and confident without the helmet on. So be safe and wear your helmet and be smart. You only have one brain. If had my injury been a little bit different, I might not be here right now. I might not be as sharp as I am right now. And I'm not saying I'm sharp. I'm saying I might not be as sharp. And there might not be a skate park here. There might not be this podcast here. I'm fortunate. I learned my lesson. So be smart. Wear your helmet. If you are listening to this and you realize you have the normal skate helmet and you'd like a CPSC helmet, feel free to come on in. I can definitely order you a CPSC helmet. I usually have 1 or 2 in stock because most people don't ask for them yet, although I believe that will change in time. And if you're you can talk the talk without the helmet, but you shouldn't walk the walk without the helmet. You got to be smart. You got to protect your brain because without a functioning brain, you can't be smart. You can't be anything. That's going to conclude the podcast. So I'm pretty excited for this. I got closing music now. I'm pumped. So this is Dave Wrench. I'm going to go with Wrench. This is not Wrench. Signing off for Breaking Free Skate Park. You guys got to walk the walk and you talk the talk. Definitely got to shred the gnar with the helmet on, protecting your brain.
I'll see you guys later.